Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with the topic child labor. Its meaning, causes, impacts and measures to check child labor. It is found in +3 5th semester Ethics and Values paper, and the name of the paper is Vulnerable Sections of Society, Understanding Their Issues. But before we discuss about meaning of child labor, I want to inform my viewers that the name of my channel is @Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. If you will search this channel in Google and YouTube, you will get videos relating to +3 first semester to +3 sixth semester political science, +3 first semester to 5th semester ethics and values, +3 first semester to +3 second semester political science general elective, and some videos of environmental studies of +3 first semester, and videos of +2 first year and +2 second year political science videos only. Those videos are in Odia. Be sure its English version is there, and those videos are in English. Be sure its Odia version is there. Any video you write, any video you want, just write the name of the topic and the subject. You will get both Odia and English video. Let us start. Child labor. What is the meaning of child labor? Child labor is a major problem today. On the basis of global estimates 2020, out of every 10 children, one is child labor. And in the world, 160 million children are child labor, from which 63 million are girls child labor and 97 million are boys. In India, approximately 1 crore 26 lakh 66,377 are child laborers. So, child labor is a major problem today. Out of every 10 children, one is child labor. And on the basis of global estimates 2020, in the world there are 160 million child labor. Out of them, 63 million are girls child labor and 97 million are boys child labor. So, child labor is a major problem today. On the basis of global estimates 2020, out of every 10 children, one child is child labor. And in the world, 160 million children are child labor. Out of them, 63 million are girls child labor and 97 million are boys child labor. And in India, 1 crore 26 lakh 66,377 are child labor. So child labor is a major problem today. What is a child labor? According to ILO, International Labour Organization, child labor means the work that deprives children of their childhood, their potential and their dignity, and that is harmful to their physical and mental development. According to International Labour Organization, child labor means the work which deprives the children from their childhood, because they will have to work happily, there will be workload on them, so they will be deprived from their childhood, they will be deprived from their potential. Means by doing work from the childhood, They cannot develop for all time to come. They will be deprived from their potential. There will not be mental development of children. Again, they will be deprived from dignity. In future also, they will be confined within the work and they will not progress in study and they will not have dignity. So, according to ILO, International Labour Organization, child labor means the work which deprives the child from their childhood. It will deprive the child from their potential. They will not have mental development. It will deprive the child from the prestige which they would have been in future. And the work will affect their physical and mental development. It is child labor. And it refers to work like an International Labour Organization refers to work which are very dangerous. It refers following works which are child labor. What? It refers to work like International Labour Organization refers to work like mental, physical, social, moral, harmful and dangerous to children. It includes following works in the child labor. The work which will hamper mental, physical, social, moral, harmful and dangerous to children. Child labor means the work which will mentally, physically, socially, morally harmful to children and dangerous to them. Number 2, depriving them from schooling, leave school prematurely, perform school activities along with long and heavy work. So, according to International Labour Organization, child labor means the labor. Which one is child labor? The labor which will deprive the children from their mental, physical, emotional and moral development and it is dangerous to them. Number 2, deprive them from schooling. They will be unable to go to school. Even if they will go, they will leave the school prematurely before completing the school. They will leave. Then the work which they will do along with heavy work. These works are regarded as child labor by ILO. Then Article 3 of ILO, Convention number 182 says worst form child labor includes. Article 3 of ILO, International Labour Organization, Convention number 182 says worst form of child labor are, child labor is labor which the children will do. But the worst form of child labor are, number 1, all forms of slavery or similar to slavery like sale and trafficking of children, debt bondage, forced labor, use of children in armed conflict. So, International Labour Organization includes worst form of child labor, dangerous form of child labor like all forms of slavery or similar to slavery, all forms of slavery work or similar to slavery work like sale and trafficking of children, take children from their house and engage them in some dangerous work, debt bondage, whenever there will be any loan in the family, the child will work till the repayment of the debt, forced labor, whenever children will be forced to work, use of children in armed conflict, whenever in the armed conflict war, children are forcefully used. These are the dangerous forms of child labor. Number 2, use of child for prostitution, pornography work, then use of children for prostitution and pornography work. It is also a dangerous form of child labor. Number 3, engage children in drug trade. Engage children in drug trade is another worse form of child labor. Then 4th, work which will harm to their health, safety and moral of children. Then work which will be harmful to their health, moral and safety. These are the deadliest types of child labor. So we are clear about the meaning of child labor. And what are the deadliest form of child labor told by ILO? So child labor means the work which will deprive the children from their childhood. Number 2, it will deprive from their potential. They will not have mental development. They will not have educational development. They will lose their potential, ability. Then they will lose their dignity. If they will not work, they will not have respect in the family. So child labor means the work which will deprive the children from their childhood, deprive them from potential, deprive them from dignity, and it is harmful to their physical and mental development. So we are clear about the meaning of child labor and what are the deadliest form of child labor according to ILO. Now discuss causes of child labor. Why child labor is found? Number 1, poverty. Due to poverty, children are forced to enter into labor market. The first reason of child labor is that due to poverty, children are forced to enter into labor market. Number 2, poor family condition. Due to poor family condition, it forces children to enter into labor market. Whenever the financial situation of the family will not be good, children will be forced to enter into labor market. Number 3, illiteracy of parents. Parents do not know the value of education, so they send their children to labor market. Illiteracy of parents. When parents will be illiterate, they do not know the value of education, so they will encourage their children to go to labor market. 4th, social exclusion. In some remote area, children in social exclusion, in some remote area, children of lower caste are not allowed to sit in school with children of upper caste. So they are forced to work. So in various remote area, children of lower caste are not allowed to sit with the children of upper caste in the school. So children of lower caste are unable to go to school. So there is only one alternative for them to go to labor market. 5th one, migration. When workers migrate to a place, their children work with them. It is found mainly in construction area. Migration. Whenever workers move from one place to other area for work, their children will work with them, because whenever workers will move from one place to another, then their children will also move. Then there will be discontinuation of the education of children. So children will also move along with their parents, and for them in that new place there is no other alternative but to work. Then the 6th one is dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional family means the family which is not working properly. It is a family which is not functioning properly due to regular conflict and domestic violence. So children are required to work for extra income. So in dysfunctional family, the family who is not working properly, where always there are conflicts and violence, children enter into labor market for some additional income for the family. So these are the causes of child labor. Now discuss impacts of child labor. What impact child labor has? Impacts on health. Work in the childhood affects their health. So when children will work in the labor market, it will have impact on their health. Number 2, impact on study. When children will work, they will have no time to study. Their study will be affected. Number 3, permanent disability and premature death. It leads to different type of disabilities and premature death. Whenever children will enter into labor market, they will suffer from different type of deadly diseases, and sometimes there will be premature death of the children. So we are clear about the impacts of child labor. Now discuss measures to check child labor. How to control child labor. What steps have been taken in India? constitutional provisions. Many constitutional provisions have been made to control child labor. Number one, Article 15 clause 3 says state can make special provision for children. Article 15 clause 3 says state can make special provision for children. No one can protest. Article 24 says no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed in any fact work. Article 14 says no child. Article 24 says no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed in any hazardous work. Article 45 says state shall endeavor to provide free and compulsory education to all children from the age 6 to 14 years. Article 45 says state shall try to provide free and compulsory education to all children in between the age 6 to 14 years. Then Article 39 clause E says state will see how health and strength of workers, health and strength of children are not abused. Article 39E says states will see how health and strength of children are not abused. It is the duty of the state to see how health and strength of the children will not be abused. It is on the basis of Article 39 subclause E. Article 21A says makes education free and compulsory for children from 6 to 14 years. Article 21A makes education free and compulsory for all children. It has become a fundamental right. When children will go for education, it will be free for them. Then Article 51A subclause K. Article 51A subclause K says it is the responsibility of citizens to look after education of their children 6 to 14 years. It is the responsibility of citizens to look after education of their children in between 6 to 14 years. So these are the constitutional provisions. Now let's see legislative provisions. What have been made to protect children from work? Number one, the Children Pledging of Labor Act 1933. The Children Pledging, Pledging of Labor Act 1933. It says about fines for both parents and person who engage children as labor. This act says both parents will be fined if they will send their children to work, and those persons who will keep children under them as worker, they will be fined. It is under that Children Pledging Labor Act 1933. Then Children Labor Act 1986 prohibits employment children. Children Labor Act 1986 prohibits employment of children. It prohibits employment of children. Factory Act 1948 bans to employ children below 14 years. Factory Act 1948 bans children below the age of 14 years. Below the age of 14 years, children cannot work. Then Plantation of Labor Act 1951 says employer of plantation to arrange the education of children 6 to 12 in their work. So the Plantation of Labor Act 1951 says that the owner of the plantation, they will arrange education of the children in between 6 to 14 years in their plantation work. Then Mines Act 1952 says ban of children below 18 years in mines. Mines Act 1952 restricts employment of children below 18 years in mines. Then Motor Transport Workers Act 1961 prohibits labor of children. Then Motor Transport Workers Act 1961 prohibits child labor. It also prohibits child labor. Then new national child labor policy prohibits employment of children. New national child labor policy also prohibits employment of children. Finally, NCLP, National Child Labor Project 1988 says about rehabilitation of child labor engaged in hazardous work. The National Child Labor Project National Child Labour Project 1988 says rehabilitation of children those who are engaged in hazardous work. So in this video we discussed meaning of child labor, causes of child labor, impacts of child labor, and measures to check child labor, both constitutional and legislative. I request my viewers to subscribe my channel so that new videos will come to you. There will not be any, you will not have to search videos will come to you, and have those friends who are ignorant about this channel, so some students will be benefited. I request my viewers never hesitate to help anybody, it is a humanitarian work. Thank you, have a nice day.